congratulations on finishing the year as world number one.
Thank you.
Your 50th win today. Having your hands on that trophy yesterday, did it make you feel more relaxed going into tonight? And is that the reason why you were so dominant?
Well, I don't think it's a reason why I was so dominant. I just prepared myself well for the match and obviously executed everything really, really well. But indeed, I do feel a bit less, so to say, pressure coming into a tournament knowing that I secured the number one spot.
Cristiano Ronaldo was courtside. Did you meet him backstage? What did you say to him? And have you met him several times before?
I had colours of his club on my attire tonight, so I'm sure he was happy to see that. No, it's great to have a big football star, sports star like him courtside watching tennis. He used to come and watch a lot in Madrid. Rafa, of course, Roger, myself, and he's a fan of tennis, and it's really nice because he's one of the biggest sports stars in the last decade, and it's great for our sport to have him there. I saw he was there with his family. Didn't get a chance to see him after the match, but hopefully I'll have that chance maybe later this week.
Right, please.
Some of the other players so far this week have said the court conditions were quite tricky. You seem to love them tonight, no problems. How would you say it's playing?
Yeah, I mean, my results here have been pretty good, in the last 10 years, so I can't complain too much. Although it takes a little bit of time really to get yourself adjusted to the surface, because the surface is a good surface, but it also takes a lot of rotation, takes a lot of spin, and when you serve well, also it accelerates through the court. So you kind of have to always be on alert and be very solid in your core, I would say, to be able to execute your shots well and constantly adjust with your feet to the ball. So the surface kind of makes you work more. So that's why probably players feel like it's a bit tricky, demanding.
In the back, on the left, please.
Novak, how exhausted, if at all, are you after this match? And what are your thoughts on playing against Zverev next?
Well, I'm not too exhausted. I'm feeling fit physically and mentally, and I'm looking forward to that match. Obviously, good thing about this tournament is that you have days in between matches, and you're guaranteed to play 3 matches in the group. I obviously put myself in a very good position in the group with a straight set win. Obviously playing Zverev, who also had a straight set win today, so I look forward to that. It should be a great match. We, I think, played against each other only twice. We split wins. I played him recently in Shanghai. But he wasn't at his best, and I expect him to play better than he did in Shanghai in 2 days.
Novak, your previous match here was 2 years ago in the final against Andy, and you lost. And could you just describe the contrast in feelings between that night and tonight? Well,
I mean, it's quite different. I haven't been really thinking about it too much. I didn't go through that experience at all. So I mean, it's a good thing that I'm kind of in the present moment and trying to take the most out of it. 2 years ago, I was playing really well up to maybe September, and that's where I started feeling emotionally empty, I would say, on the court. And Andy, of course, had an amazing streak and winning 20+ matches in a row. So it was a perfect finale, playing for number 1 spot of the world, year and number 1 in the finals of World Tour finals at home for him in a way, and it was a great win for him.
English on the right, please.
Hi Novak, you played on tour many years now. Over that time, some suggested that some players get special treatment compared to others. Do you think favoritism is an issue in tennis?
Sorry, I really didn't understand the second part.
In recent years, some players have been said to be given more special treatment compared to other players.
More special
More
treatment.
special treatment than other players. Do you think favoritism is a problem in tennis?
I don't know exactly what you're referring to with special treatment, because in this tournament particularly, we all have special treatment, but I don't know exactly what you mean. If you can maybe explain it a little bit more.
Like, for example, when it comes to tournament schedules, the time of day you play.
Tournament schedules, okay.
Like, obviously, do you think some players are treated better or given more significance from officials than other players?
Well,
and do you think that's a problem?
Okay, I understand, but in a way, again, we have to be more specific, because if we're talking about general, so to say, advantage of some players over another, I mean, in a way, it's expected that tournament treats, top players or their top stars as, players that they want to have kind of feel the best, but at the same time, in terms of the scheduling and those kind of important things, everyone is even, because it has to go through the filter of ATP and not just the tournament itself. So, I mean, I hope you're happy with that answer.
Yeah, to clear that up slightly, Julian Benneteau started this debate because he went on the radio in France and he said Roger Federer has a business relationship with Tennis Australia, and he was on night sessions playing 7:30, 12 out of 14 days, and he specifically said Roger's an icon, but maybe he has too much influence. And that was a specific thing that he was saying. It's quite political.
Well, I mean, look, then that's debatable, really, because in the end of the day, in a way, he deserves the special treatment, because he's 6-time champion of Australian Open and arguably the best player ever. So, if he doesn't have it, then who's gonna have it? People want to see him play on the center court, and they want to see him play in showtime, like the best hour, so which is 7:30 at night in Rod Laver Arena. So I mean, I really don't see a very strong argument there. To be honest, I mean, I understand Julian's point, because sometimes it does seem, that maybe certain players get more favored year after year in certain tournaments, but you kind of have to kind of follow the pattern to really understand whether there is a case or not. But again, on the other side, you have to understand that these, also Federer is a driving force of tennis in terms of revenue, in terms of attention, in terms of all these different things. So Julian and guys like him are also benefiting from tennis a lot because of Roger and because of what he has done for the sport.